everyone, welcome to the last episode of the Mizuho Week Ahead for 2024. I am Jingyi, market economist at Mizuho Bank. The theme for this episode is Not the Last Act. While the year draws to a close, a flurry of central bank policy decisions in the last week left some sort of a cliffhanger as we head into the new year. In other words, this is at most an intermission and definitely not the last act. Unsurprisingly, the Fed stole the show last week, shocking markets as evidenced by the jump in the US dollar and US Treasury yields as it turned hawkish on the delta. Trump also triggered an interruption of the budget bill, even though this was subsequently passed over the weekend. But wider concern around debt ceiling and fiscal negotiation remain intact. Hence, how the Fed navigates uncertainty from Trump 2.0 is set to play out next year. Bank of Japan also had its fanfare as it urged for patience, setting out the preference for more wage data, namely the spring wage negotiations, before deciding on next steps. Governor Ueda remarked that certain degree of information was expected on wages by the next meeting, while the big picture of wage trend would likely be clear in March or April. In FX, actions were dictated by the second derivative of monetary policy, that's to say, shifts in the rate of change of ongoing global rate cut cycle, given that the direction of travel for policy is expected to be down, with the exception of Bank of Japan. The British pound weakened on Bank of England's dovish hold as policymakers voted 6-3 to hold policy rates at 4.75%, but signaled more easing to come. Norges Bank held its benchmark rate at 4.5%, but signaled a probable cut in March. Riksbank cut rates but signaled that its easing campaign is likely near its end. Remarks by officials suggested one more cut in first half next year if outlook remain unchanged. In Asia, Bank of Thailand held on to a dovish hold as it monitors the effects of debt restructuring efforts. Bank Indonesia held rates amid rupiah woes and said that it would guard the rupiah bully. BSP retained its easing bias but said that 100 basis points of rate cuts in 2025 was too much, suggesting more measured easing ahead. CBC kept rates unchanged but expressed that recent housing curbs had some effect, which could possibly pave the way for some easing. All said, what is clear is perhaps that it is not the end of volatility amid diverging policy trajectories, uncertainties surrounding Trump 2.0, in addition to geopolitical tensions. So, buckle up. With that, we have come to the end of the final episode for this year. We want to take this opportunity to wish you and your loved ones all the best for the new year and thank you for your support. Bye-bye.